All right, thank you for staying with us. It's still Sports Tonight. Time for us to move on now. And Femi Adefeso has joined me. We're going courtside. And Femi, let me welcome you to Sports Tonight this Thursday. There's a lot to talk about, really.
Yeah, a lot.
But I envy you guys. You guys don't have issues with you solve your problems.
Yeah, but basketball. But there are a lot of issues too. But we always find a way of solving it and make it.
Basketball matters don't go to court as well.
Yes, basketball matters don't go to court.
All right, Femi, let's take a look at some of the issues coming out of basketball. Let's start from the continental or the sub-regional level. A lot of Nigerians are involved now with basketball in the sub-region, which is good for Nigeria.
Very good for Nigeria.
FIBA Zone 3. A lot of Nigerians are in different committees.
Yes, different committees. The president, of course, is retired Colonel Sam Maigida, who is the president, and the vice president he has just inaugurated is also Nigerian, Mr. Maigida. He's a very familiar, face in the Nigerian basketball scenery, as well. And we have a certain Musa Adamu. That's a very funny one. He's also a part of the member of the executive board. He played for Nigeria, during his playing days. However, he resides in Ivory Coast, so he's representing Ivory Coast on the board, not as a Nigerian. But he's a Nigerian.
So it's all good. It's all good.
And there's Margaret, Abara as well on the executive board. But in the other committees, the financial marketing committee, we have Mr. Maigida heading that, and we have Fubara Onyema and Felix Awogu, who is also part of the NBBF board in Nigeria. In the competitions committee, we have Michael Goche, who is the chairman of Mark Mentors Basketball Club, and of course we have John Fanino, who also does a lot of competitions and is also a member of the Lagos State Board as well. The technical commission has former international Umfom Udoka, who played for Nigeria, and she was former captain of the Tigress, and also Obande Obole, yes, as well.
14 Nigerians in all.
Yes,
it's almost like a Nigerian MBBF.
There are a lot of other countries as well. We have Togolese represented, we have Beninois represented, on that. But I like the mix of Nigerians, because even the president has come to say that he picked these people because of what they can give to the game, because the region needs a lot of development. Someone like Mobalaji Akyode is also, in the women's development department, and of course, Mr. Wale Aboderin, who is the chairman of Dolphin Basketball Club.
Giving so much to basketball.
You really see that these are right people in the right place, and if they can work together, as one, I think the future is bright, for the sub-region. And of course, this thing will trickle down to Nigeria with the influence of these people on that scene. They can bring their wealth of experience as well, into the Nigerian scenery, and perhaps our game will be uplifted, because we are respected, no doubt about it, on that level, the African region. So I think that's why these people are there, and I think they are well justified. Everybody can nod their head and say that these people will bring something to the table at the end of the day.
All right, let's come home now and talk about the National Division 2. What's the latest? Well, you said that the NBBF have announced a date for the National Division 2.
It's going to be from the 26th, to 31st of October, and a couple of teams have signified interest. People have been bringing teams, and
26th is this weekend. That means it's this weekend.
Yes, it's this weekend. So come 26th, teams will be arriving, for the pre-tournament meetings, and then the total number of teams that come together will determine, the kind of pool, that will be used, to classify the teams that will play. But Division 2, is the second amateur division, which means the teams that qualify will qualify to Division 1, and Division 1 is where the two teams, that are qualified from Division 1 will come to the Premier League. So these people are not going to the Premier League yet.
They are moving to Division 1.
They are moving to Division 1.
Yeah, but it's good for developmental basketball.
Absolutely. It means, people will be bringing together teams, guys will be playing, and of course, they are going to be playing an organized way. And of course, this will help in record keeping and of course, monitoring, of these players, so that in the near future, who knows, perhaps one or two of these, people might eventually step up, and become Nigerian internationals, at the end of the day. So it's good to know that things like this are working.
All right, let's talk about something that a few weeks ago we talked about Kwara State and their efforts to return to the glory days, and one of the things they're doing is to put together different grassroots basketball tournaments. Femi, let's go to Ilorin very quickly. In a few seconds, we are in Ilorin. Right, we are in Ilorin already. And we're talking about the Maigida Basketball League. It's an interesting one, because Maigida means young boy.
Yeah.
Because it's an effort to really take basketball to the grassroots and allow young boys to start playing early in their lives.
If you look at the names of the teams in this competition, we have the University of Ilorin, basketball team. We have the Kwara State University basketball team. We have the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps basketball team and the police force. Just to mention a few of those names, 9 teams will be slugging it out. They call it the City League, and I like that name because I remember there was a prototype some time ago in Lagos.
Yes.
And I want to believe that's what engineered it. But the reason behind this, according to the secretary of Kwara State Basketball Association, is that they want to look for boys that would represent the Kwara Falcons come next season. They don't want to go and shop outside of Kwara. They want to retain the core of the players in Kwara.
Maybe leading to a feeder team for the Falcons.
Exactly.
Of Kwara.
Exactly.
And Ilorin used to be one of those beautiful nursery for basketball. We produce a lot of stars.
Yes, and it still does. A couple of revelations were on this season. Alimi, we had somebody like Sheyi, a couple of them who came out and really did well. Perhaps if we had gone to the under-18s, we would have seen one or two of them, playing for Nigeria in that one. So it's beautiful to see that grassroots is actually working, and some states are beginning to plug into that. And I hope this will also spur other states to join in in the vogue of creating basketball tournaments. Not just Lagos. We've heard of Lagos, and I think personally I'm tired of hearing Lagos and grassroots sports. It's good Kwara is bringing in something fresh. Perhaps we could see somewhere else. Maybe Jos, maybe Ogun State. Let them come out with programs like this. Yes, and bring out clubs, and bring out teams like this. So at the end of the day, these things get more interesting. And I like the fact that Kwara is doing this at this time, because I'm sure one way or the other, they are also preparing for the National Sports Festival. So I think it's a two-way thing. Using one stone to kill two birds for Kwara Basketball Association. And I say thumbs up to them for the nice job they're doing.
All right. Okay. So I think that's how I have to put a peg on court side today. Let me spend the rest of the time to read your tweets, because a lot of tweets are coming through, and I think I need to reflect on what you are saying. Obembe Oladimeji says that all enemies of progress for our sports should stop taking football matters to civil courts. That's Obembe Oladimeji. Allah Kaba Ibrahim at IB Top says, will this drama ever end? Time will tell. Nesi D says, let FIFA ban on so that we can fix our issues. Football is now encouraging corruption as sycophants because it is lucrative. Somebody is asking, can you explain why football issues still go to civil courts? Well, FIFA and the football laws do not allow the football issues to go to civil courts, but in Nigeria, somehow, we've not been able to, situate that properly and then ensure that our football resolution mechanisms are effective, are free, and fair. I don't want to read this one so that I don't run foul of the laws of the land. Femi Aluko says, if government ends up football, all this will stop. People jostling for NFF because of free government grants. And he says he hopes we do enough to avoid a FIFA ban on us. Chiedozie Ebe says, courts again, thought we had finally heaved a sigh of relief. He says he's glad that the NFF have responded, and he's hoping that their lawyers will fight it out this time around. Awoyemi Michael, why this drama again? Does the court have the final say on how football should be run? We're talking about how to qualify for AFCON, and now this drama is opening up again. Kevin Amata says it's a shame that Giwa and co care less about the fact that football belongs to the Nigerian people, not persons, not Pinnick, not Megiri. It's the Nigerian people that will be affected by this decision. All right, I'm told that I have to wrap it up on that note, but let's hope that in the days ahead, these issues will be resolved amicably, and then we'll be able to get on with our football for the sake of those who are playing the game, the young boys, the young girls who want a career out of football. We hope we're able to do enough for them going forward. That's how we have to wrap it up on Sports Tonight. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow we promise a bigger and a better package for you. Enjoy the rest of the night. Bye-bye now.